All right. I think this is good. Microphones should be on. Yeah, okay. Good. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're doing good. Today, we're doing something a little different, and I'm going to be changing the top two octaves of strings on my harp. So, all the way from here, pretty much to the top. So, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get through all of those strings in one stream because it's going to take a while. But I appreciate you keeping me company while I do it, because otherwise it's a little bit boring to do by myself. So, yeah, welcome back, everyone in the chat. Fola Jones, nice to see you. Rebecca, Trevor, Donald. Caladrius, thank you for the 5 months of being a member. You're going to get your shiny new purple harp next month, I think, which is exciting. Harps aboard, nice to see you. Welcome back. Trevor and Stuart, Cecil. Nice to see you all. Thanks for joining me. So, as Joan said, buckle up for the most exciting stream on the internet. So high action, high energy. Yeah. Rebecca says, I need the company today. My cat Crepes had an emergency vet visit today. Poor baby has a bladder infection. Oh no, that's the worst when your fur babies are not well. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, so I'm gonna, like a proper crafting show, I'm gonna show you my supplies. So I have, well, first of all, I've got strings. I should show you these later. First of all, I have my fresh new strings. I'm gonna start with gut strings. These are Burgundy brand, if I put it in my front of my face. I have Burgundy natural gut harp strings for my second octave. Up until now, I've been using nylon, but I have started to think that they sound bad, so I'm going to try gut and see how that goes. I also have, for the first octave, I have Lion Healy brand nylon strings. We'll see if we get to those. Okay, so I've got strings. I have a pair of scissors, because for the really skinny strings, you don't really need anything besides scissors. I also have a bag of string ends, so I'll hold these up. So this is like literally the thicker strings on the harp. When they break, I cut them into pieces, and then this is like kind of the anchor for the knot that will tie for the strings. And then I also have a Google Sheets thing that I keep on my phone to keep track of when a string has been replaced on a particular harp and how many of each string I have in reserve, to make sure that I always have my bases covered, so that if I show up to a gig and a string is broken, I can replace it. It is somewhat complicated, but at this point, I'm comfortable enough with changing strings that it's okay. Harpsiboard says, I didn't realize you could use nylon in the second octave. Some people do. I have for a long time because I'm cheap. This set of nylon strings, or gut strings, sorry, this set of gut strings for the second octave was $80 Canadian before tax. I kind of was surprised. I think in US it would be like $50, but I don't know. I am cheap. Yeah, I'm trying to be better about it, but yeah. So, I don't know. I always heard that the gut strings broke faster, so I was like, nah, I'll just get the cheap ones, they won't break, yeah. So, those are the strings. Caladrius asks, is changing the type of string you're using okay for the harp? Won't that change the tension? I don't think so. I think it'll be fine. I'm not concerned about it. I change the first and second octave once a year, because they just start sounding really terrible. So, every time you move a pedal and the disc engages, it kind of just takes a little notch out of the string. So on a thicker string, that's not really so much of a problem, because it's got a lot of girth, I guess. But for the really skinny strings, when you take a little notch out of the string, you're really changing the makeup of the string, and so their tuning is probably not going to be the same. It's going to be hard to regulate them. It's going to be tuning different at different dynamic levels. So when you play one of these strings that's old, really loud, it's going to sound like a very different tuning compared to when you play it softly. And they just kind of also start to sound bad in my opinion, so. Yeah, I just think that like the rest of my harp, I pretty much wait until they break, or if they're like older than 5 years, I'll try to change them. But the high ones I do once a year because like I'm really noticing these are like a year and a couple months at this point, and I'm really noticing that I don't like how they sound. So. But yeah. Harp Sports says, I've had the same strings in most of the first octave for a year and a half, and I think they sound fine, so I'm wondering if I'm not hearing them properly. I, honestly, sometimes I haven't really noticed, but I don't like how mine are sounding right now, so. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to start from my second octave F and kind of work my way up. So, oh, I don't have my tuning key handy. One second. It's over here. I was like gathering my supplies and I was like, I think I've got everything, but I'm like, I kind of need this to turn the strings. Okay, so I'm going to unwind this. Do, 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 do. I've heard people say that when you change a string, you should take the peg out and like clean it out, like the little hole, but I did that once and then all of my pegs just were slipping for like ages and it was horrible, so I don't do that anymore. If anything, I'm gonna like turn it in a few turns. I don't know where to put my old strings, I'll just throw them over there. That works. Yeah, my tuning pegs have a really, they're always slipping and it's really annoying. Okay, I'll do my best to keep up with chat here, but I'm like, I also want to like get some stuff done here. But yeah, no, Chi-Chi, we are just starting. This is the very first one, so. Tuning peg is overrated, just do it with your bare hands. No. Guitar SVD, Cecil, nice to see you. Harpsichord, I've destroyed a lot of gut strings from trying over and over and then it wears out. You see, hopefully there's like a little bit of space you have to play with, but. So the thing with slack is that you only want to do that on lever harps. You don't want to do that on a pedal harp or on like a lever harp that has like pedal harp tension and strings. Because it's just, you don't need slack and it will not wind correctly. Okay, so I always like to go in through the front end of the harp. I think, yeah, you can kind of see that. So if you string the string through the hole this way, and then you can just reach in behind and grab it out the back. Sometimes, like, what I used to do when I first started doing strings, I would always try to go from the back. And it's so hard to, like, find the little hole. Especially as you get higher and higher, it's just awful, so. All right. That's step one. Hey, Diwa. Nice to see you. I already get stressed changing my 4-string violin. Can't imagine trying for harp. Like, it's not, I don't know. I'm not that concerned about it anymore. I know people do get really stressed about changing their harp strings, but, like, it's fine. I feel like some of these are just too long, but whatever. It's fine. If you're shipping a harp, is it safer to lower the tension? People usually do that, yeah. So what I do for skinny strings is I start with like a regular, just like half knot. I don't know if this is actually necessary for this, for gut. You know what, I'm gonna try a normal knot and then I will see if I need to do the other kind of knot. You're a witch if you can string through the back of the harp. I used to do that. Maybe I'm a witch. Okay. So I have my fancy knot. I can't really, I don't know if I can get it close enough for y'all to see. I don't think so. Because I need to like make sure that it's not coming out of the harp, so. You can't really see the knot. I'll try to... It's there. It's not really going to show up well, sorry. But slip my string end in here. Try to pull it snug if I can. And... Okay. Okay, harp support is a witch confirmed. Got it. Yeah, I used to need a tutorial for a really long time, but it's just like, I don't know. I've had to do strings so many times that I finally remembered how to do it. Okay, so we're gonna try this normal knot here. I cut off the tail because I didn't want it to be too long. Because if your string tail is too long on the knot, it can vibrate against the soundboard, and then you get noise, and we don't like that. So we're gonna pull that through. Grab my tuning peg. I feel like I need to put my music stand over here for my tuning peg, maybe, or my tuning key. Okay, and then we turn. We'll give it a couple turns here, and my harp isn't like in tune. I didn't tune it because I was like running a bit late from the post office, but it should be close enough. So this is not going to stay in tune anytime soon, but what I like to do to speed up the process is just like push on it a bit, stretch it out a bit. You can also kind of tune a new string sharp for a little while because it will fall very quickly. Lever harp. You've got to put slack in a lever harp string or it'll snap. But on pedal harp, if you leave slack, then you'll have too much string and you'll have too many winds. The strings are thicker, even for like the thinnest ones. So, and like they don't like need to be stretched as much in order to reach tune. So like they actually don't need slack. So my first harp was a pedal harp. So I didn't learn about slack. I kind of didn't realize it until I had a student ask me to help them change a string. I may have broken their string. Oops. But yeah, give that a snip. And I've got some leftover string. So usually, if your string manufacturer is nice, especially for these shorter strings, there's usually enough in one package for 2 strings worth, which is nice. But yes, slack, very important for lever harp. Don't do it on pedal harp. I had a student who was doing an exam on like a Salviana, I think, which is like a pedal harp kind of style lever harp. So it's like uses pedal harp strings, has pedal harp tension, and a string broke during her exam. And then she replaced the string, but then there's too many winds on it, and then the lever couldn't engage because she left slack. So yeah, something I did not think to tell her in advance. But will you notice this difference in sound if you mix and match gut? Honestly, maybe, but also maybe not. So, okay, second octave F. I'm gonna just, I want to like do this so that I keep track and like I don't accidentally change a string twice, because I just know if I don't write down, it's the 15th? Yes. If I don't write down that I changed it, I will probably get myself in trouble and change it twice. That'd be sad. Yeah, as if exams aren't stressful enough. Exactly. Oh, hey, Lynn. Nice to see you. Welcome back. Okay, I'm gonna just put my music stand over here so that I can put my tuning key on it, and then I don't have to like keep twisting. Guess I could get an ab workout as I like go back and forth, but think instead I'll just put it there. How frequently do you change wire strings? Never. No. I'm sort of like 5 years, maybe. Although, no, these ones are more than 5 years old, and I haven't changed them. Maybe 10. Maybe 10. If they haven't broken in 10 years, then change them. Although on my gig harp, I'm really bad. I just leave the strings until they break because, like, I'm just not as invested in that harp, I guess. If you put a note in the bag of each string, you just add a date. So you know what? That's also something that I need to remember to do, is I need to write the date on each of these string bags, because I have a lot of old strings, and you don't really want to have like a set of strings that you own for like 10 years, because then you've got like this string that's been in a circle for 10 years and it's not going to really be a super great string anymore. I was reading like an article a few years ago and someone called it like a string museum. You don't really want a string museum, so I'm trying to keep track of like when I've bought each thing. Okay, so I'll update my spreadsheet maybe when I'm done, so we can do that a little faster. Okay, so that's F. It's probably out of tune again. Just a bit. Honestly though, I already like this F better than the one that was in it before. The nylon one, it was sounding so awful. Like, I hated that F so much. It never sounded in tune. So, like, sometimes a string, like, if it's gone bad, it'll show, like, being in tune on the tuner, but it doesn't sound in tune. It's like, ugh. And you just can't get it to sound good. So that's always an indication. Or if you have a string where you try to tune it, and the tuner just goes back and forth and it won't settle, it's another indication that you've got a bad string. Gut got shelf life. That is a tongue twister. Randy R, welcome back. Good to see ya. Okay, so second octave G is next. An expiration date, I mean, like, I think just like the longer that they stay in this circle, right? Like, I don't have the product thing on, so like I have to like do this. So if they stay in a circle for a really long time, they're gonna kind of get used to being in a circle, and when you put them like on your instrument, it's not gonna be ideal probably. But I mean, at this point I have some strings that like I don't even know how old they are. So Elizabeth, nice to see you. Welcome back. Okay, so in through the front, come around the back. We'll get ourselves a string end. Some of these I really cut long, but oh well, it's okay. Tie myself a knot. 1 bunny ear, 2 bunny ears. Alrighty. Okay. Stick it through the middle. The thing that got me for a really long time was like, where do I stick the string end? But come in. There you go. Alright, we'll pull her up. Harp retailers told me gut strings have a shelf life of 2 years. They may possibly be trying to make me buy more strings. That's, you know, I guess that's always like, that's the ideal situation. But you can't always do what's ideal, you know. Okay. G. All right. Stretch it out a bit. In an ideal harp world, we all own gold LNH 23s. I don't know if I want a gold harp though, honestly. Because like the gilding is gonna kind of wear off after a while, right? Like. You're always very scared getting the new string up to tension. The final octave feels like it could snap at any second. I do feel more nervous doing lever harp strings than pedal harp strings. Like I think pedal harp, you have to go pretty far before it'll snap. Although, the first time I ever changed a string, I was changing a B string. And so of course with the pedals down, or the pedals released, it's a B flat. But I forgot that. I was using my tuner, and I was like, oh, it's still so flat. I was trying to get it to B. So yeah, that one snapped. That one snapped. Yeah, I imagine like on guitar, if you break those strings, like that's kind of dangerous. These ones like won't really hurt you, I don't think. 20, 22. Okay. All right, next. I brought my music stand over and then I'm not even putting my tuning key on it. Oh well. A. This A has been driving me crazy as well, although that might be the regulation. Who knows? Okay. There. Get that out of there. You got auto-modded harpsichord. I don't know. I can't undelete your message. Sorry. Too much punctuation, I think. Try baking a piano string if you want dangerous. Ugh. Yeah, I'll pass. Think so. Oh man. Yeah, it's kind of weird, hey? I don't know what's going on with Stream Elements with that one. I think it's the punctuation. It thinks it's spam. Further proof that harpsichord is a witch. Okay. When I was a kid, my uncle snapped a string on my first guitar. I think he was trying to tune it like a fiddle, since that's how he plays. Oh no. I feel like I should restring a few of my Gertie strings, but it feels daunting. Honestly, like, hurdy-gurdy is a thing that, like, if something happens, like, I imagine it would be extremely difficult to, like, get help fixing it. So I can understand that. I mean, it's not necessarily untrue of harp, but I think it's at least a bit better than Gertie. Ugh. Get my wire cutters out. Some of these string ends are, like, a bit too long for my tastes, so I'm gonna just trim them down a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, knot. Okay. Get our knot going, 2 bunny ears, and through the loop. Nope, that's not the spot. You gotta get it in just the right spot or your knot may come undone. There we are. Okay. Pull that tight. As tight as I can. And up we go. This one definitely has some of those burgundy visual imperfections. It's a little less clear. But I don't care because, as we've established, I'm cheap. And I don't have money for that Bow brand luxury string. Goodness. Okay. This string feels a little weird compared to the others, so hopefully it sounds good. Although this A also came a little weird out of the bag, but... Oh well, let's check our F. Yeah. It's not, you know what, it could be worse. Okay. I'll give this one a little bit more stretch. A little bit more. So stretching out your string is really useful if you need to like perform like immediately, because if you don't, your string's gonna go flat every 2 seconds. So this way it can kind of just speed up that process a bit, and it can hold it for like somewhat longer. Okay, so that's my A. Studio PLKS. Hello. Ron Burgundy? No. It's like, so the kind of the most well-known, I would say, brand of gut strings is called Bow Brand. They're from the UK, and they have a line of strings called Burgundy, which, like, they're fine. They just look a little ugly, and so they're a bit cheaper. Okay. Wait, did Harp Support get timed out? Oh no! I didn't realize you got timed out. Okay, we'll have to look into that. That's the first time that's happened. I think your timeout's done. Congratulations. I'm so sorry. Okay, so. Tuning key. Flat again. Excited about these strings because I have a few recordings I need to do, but they should sound much nicer now. Harp Support. It actually wasn't YouTube, it was Stream Elements, so I'll have to check the auto mod settings. Wait, why am I tuning that? I don't need to. Okay, B is next. Hey, Brandroid. I'm doing okay, despite having a pretty awful sleep. I woke up at like 3:30 and didn't fall asleep again until about 6, so I was like, let's take the morning off. Let's sleep in a bit. So that's what I did. And I think that mostly did the trick. Yes, the stretching tip is like, I think it's like OP. When my harp teacher showed me that in university, I was like, oh my god, you can do that? Okay. Need a string end. So it auto times out Harp Support, but it doesn't time out the bot. Classic. Alrighty. Bunny ears, put it through. Get the string end in the loop. Yeah. Alright. Hit this up. Keep on not putting my tuning key on my music stand like I meant to. Alright. Scared of bringing a harp string up to pitch is because, like, it is gonna stretch so much. before it gets to that pitch, and like after you get to that pitch, it's gonna continue stretching like a lot of times. Oh yeah. Honestly, like already, it's not even settled in, but it sounds so much better. I think I'm probably gonna be second octave gut convert. Yeah, so it's not like I'm tugging it really hard, but I don't leave any slack. And like, I already have like 3 winds on these strings. The nylon strings that are on from before have like 4 or 5, but like these aren't done settling, so they probably won't get another like full wind, but remember, no slack is pedal harp only. Welcome to the super posh second octave gut club. It's a bit of a mouthful. Okay, here we go. Snip. What's the song I'm singing called? Honestly, I'm not sure which. It's a Mario track from Mario 64, but I can't remember. Is it just like the title theme, or is it like Bob on Battlefield? Because I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of Mario tunes that live inside my brain, but I don't know which one is which. Okay. Alright. That's B. Out of the way. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Bob on Battlefield, but I'm not sure. Mario resides in all of our cortices. He lives there rent-free. Okay. C. So C is red, for those of you who don't know harp. The red strings, I have to like hide my face, are C. I should have turned on the other setting that like focuses on whatever's closest. Oh well. Lesson learned. Technically Koji Kondo does. I'm like less comfortable with that. I'm like more comfortable with Mario living in my brain and less comfortable with like a real man living there. I wouldn't probably recommend heating your strings or like rubbing them in any particular way, especially with gut, because like when they bend, it changes kind of the integrity of the string. So it's like kind of fine around the knot and around the tuning peg, but I probably wouldn't do that. How many strings does this harp have? It has 47. Does that mean Mario just couch surfs around our brains? I guess so. Well, there was that Polygon Unraveled video about when Mario can retire. Have you guys watched that? It turns out that Mario is actually like extremely poor. At least I think that's how the video went. Oh, thank you for the $20. Or for the super chat. The 20, I don't know what currency that is, but we appreciate it. The 20-somethings. I don't know, there's something about, he did calculations regarding inflation and how much the coins are worth, and it's like the cost of living. If you've ever seen like one of Brian David Gilbert's like Unraveled videos, like he goes in really deep, like too deep. So, okay, here we go. Key is here. This is going pretty fast. The Fire Emblem video was hilarious. It was. It was very funny. I really enjoyed the Castlevania one where they're trying to figure out which of the monsters is the hottest. Which, just as a premise. Mushroom Kingdom taxes are super high. Yeah, that seems legit. Game Boy DS. You know, I think we'd all know what you mean if you said that. Okay, let's check all the ones we've done so far. So we've done 5 strings. It's been half an hour, although I have been talking a lot. Can someone please tell Mario to stop ground pounding my cortex? Normally I replace them like when they break, but the exception to that is the top 2 octaves, which I try to replace once a year. Because they just start to sound bad. Also, just like, I want to call out all the harpists in chat who leave super long string tails on their new strings for like weeks. Cut it out. It drives me insane. I'm like, just cut it off. Alright, that's C. In the bag, literally. Okay. Put the date on it. It gets stuck in the cover, it gets stuck on other strings, it like vibrates and buzzes. It's like, why? Stop it. Stop it. Okay, I have 1 more gut string. No, 2 more gut strings. What do you do with the part of the strings that you cut? So the bit that I cut off, usually there's enough string in a package for kind of up to like the 3rd octave, I would say, that for 2 strings, which is kind of nice because it's like I paid $80 for this octave set, but I get like 2 octaves out of it, so that's something. I appreciate that. So that much I save. The old string though, or like anything off the end, like this, the knot end, just goes in the garbage. Okay, so D. You eat them, please don't. I know they're made of guts, but there's a lot of varnish and stuff on them. I don't think these are non-toxic. Sometimes it slaps the actual strings. Exactly, yeah. Okay. Here we go. There's a very interesting video of like how harp strings are made. I just saw it on Facebook a few years ago and I was like, damn, I had no idea. It's like, they're made out of cow guts, like intestines. And so they like, I don't know what they do, but they get all the guts and they kind of like wind them together. They're like length, they're like drawn out. Oops, I touched my microphone, I'm sorry. They're like drawn out across a huge room and they're like so long. And then like, they get wound together and, like, brushed with varnish. And they, like, have, like, a little, like, rough sponge that they take across, like, get rid of any, like, rough spots. And it's like, if you screw up with the varnish, like, the whole string is ruined. I was like, oh my goodness. High stress situation there. It's a byproduct of the meat industry, exactly. So, like, sometimes, you know, like, I have students who, I guess, I don't know if they're vegan, but they're like, oh, I don't want to use gut strings. And I think on lever harp, it's actually fine. Like, you can get away with nylon a lot easier than on a pedal harp. On pedal harp, I think gut just sounds so much better. But generally, I feel like, you know, if you eat meat, then, like, gut strings is kind of along the same line. Hey, Ilu, welcome back. Nice to see ya. No, it's 100% a byproduct of the meat industry. And actually, I remember there's a few years ago. This is like total harp nerd stuff. But so I haven't renewed my Harp Column subscription in a while. But there's a magazine called Harp Column, all about harp. And a while ago, there was like a real problem where strings were just bad. Like all the gut strings you could buy were just breaking constantly. They sounded bad. Like, it was a huge problem for harpists anyway. And the reason was that, like, the supply that the string manufacturers were using, because it is a byproduct of the meat industry, like, farmers were, I guess, I don't know if they're, like, using hormones to, like, have the cows grow faster. And then, so, like, the cows that were being slaughtered were, like, younger. And so the intestines, the guts were, like, the quality of them was not the same somehow, and like, yeah, it's like a whole thing. Ooh, this is giving me a bad feeling. I have to switch to my other knot soon. Gut strings are so expensive and need to change them very often for guitar. You know, I kind of feel like if you're not playing harp or like a Baroque period instrument, you probably don't need gut. I don't know if it was malpractice or if it was just like a shift in the market or what. Right, so like carbon fiber strings are starting to be a thing. I haven't excuse me, I haven't used them myself. Carbon fiber lever harp, but I don't think the strings are carbon fiber. But I know a harp maker in town who I think uses carbon fiber strings now. Give that one a snip and save it for later. Yeah, so I think on my lever harps, I think I have nylon strings. Actually, I really need to restring my carbon fiber lever harp because I bought it used in like 2017, so about 5 years ago, and none of the strings have broken, so I haven't replaced any. So probably should replace some of those. That's what I think, but I've kind of just been like, I don't really need to do any recording on it anytime soon, so it's like, if I'm planning to use that one in a recording, I guess at that point I'll replace them. I don't know. It do be expensive to own several harps, though. So, okay. Next is E. Yeah, so you can kind of like get your strings to last a pretty long time on harp most of the time. Most of the time. What harp is my carbon fiber harp? You can actually see it like right over here. Right here. This is my carbon fiber lever harp. The black one. Okay. Do 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 do. Okay, where are you, string? Come out. God, it's just like looping around inside the sound box. Okay, here we go. I think I'm gonna switch to my skinny string knot. Yeah, I think that Zelda's Lullaby video where I use the carbon fiber harp is my channel trailer right now, so. Although if you're subscribed, you may not see it when you go to my channel. Okay, so my skinny string knot, I start with a half knot, and then leave a bit of a tail, pull it around the string end, and then kind of just loop the tail. You can't see this, it's like invisible, but like you kind of loop the tail backwards on itself and then slip that over the string end, and then do that kind of as many times as you can with the tail you have. So this one I did twice, and I just find that this one keeps the knot for a skinny string, because the regular knot I find just like it'll just pop out when you're changing strings, and it's so irritating, like when you're at the top of the harp. Up we go. This is E. So this is the last gut one we'll be doing today. Here we are. Okay. It sounds so much better than my old string. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of excited about that. Sometimes, like, if you haven't changed your strings in a long time, you're like, I don't know, I think my strings sound fine. Because you just got used to them. And then if you replace them, it's like, oh damn. Okay. Scissors. There we are. This stream definitely makes me feel like a crafting YouTuber or something. Like, did any of y'all's like parents watch like crafting shows or like sewing shows on like cable TV? There's something about that like close-up of like an old woman, like an older woman's hands, and just like almost like ASMR sound quality from the microphones as they're like moving their like quilting pieces around. It's a vibe. Your dad used to watch house building stuff? Yeah, dude. I don't know if that has like quite the same vibe as like the sewing shows. Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
What do you do?
I'm changing strings and streaming.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because like if you're doing house building stuff, I imagine that would be like more like a wider shot, but when you're doing like if there's a quilting show and it's like all you can see is their hands, or like a knitting show. Ooh, castle restoration stuff, that sounds awesome. Yes, a wild Ragnar appeared. I'll tell him y'all said hi. Hey, Ectobest. How's it going? Okay, let's make sure all our strings are moderately in tune. They're not doing too bad, but they will be tomorrow, for sure. This string I think is gonna bug me, but we'll see if it settles in a bit. It just sounds a little bright to me. The A. Oh no. Only a small portion of it was building. The rest of the show was whining people and always bullying each other and being macho. Oh dear. Yeah, it's just like Sewing with Nancy. That's the one that my mom watched the most. I think that's still on. She has like a bunch of shows that she'll like watch. It's so interesting to me. It's like the early days of like YouTube crafting channels. It's just that now you can like watch whatever specific project you want to, that you need help with, rather than just like whatever they're showing you that week. It's interesting to me. You watched the documentary on the painter guy? Bob Ross? Bob Ross? Lynn is doing some watercolor painting. Awesome. Okay. The lights have made me warm and I need to like blow my nose. So I'm gonna take a very, very quick nose blow break. So I'll be right back, okay? Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm back. I told you it'd be short. Here we go. Jones. Now I'm imagining a bunch of old ladies bullying each other because they're quilts. Oh my gosh. If they did, they would do it like extremely passive aggressively. Doing some fingering exercises during the stream. Yeah, you know what? I remember I went to like one of Deborah Henson Conant's like free webinars one time. And she said that she watches TED Talks while she practices. So I was like, if she can do that, I guess it's fine to like kind of, you know, watch something and do your exercises at the same time. Probably wouldn't recommend doing that for pieces, but your grandparents are super direct. I guess it depends on like who it is. Should hear about the drama in the old people homes. Do I want to know? I'm scared. Okay, so let's see here. That's all of my second octave gut strings. Now, I have a new set of nylon strings, but I want to use my old nylon strings first, so I have them here. Now, I don't have the top F and G, so I'm just gonna check my spreadsheet and make sure I have any extras before I replace them. No, I probably won't replace those then, because I don't think I have enough. Okay. Don't have any second octave Ds or first octave Ds. Okay. String management. So fun. People in the dining areas not sitting with each other because they had fights, reserving seats for their friends. That's true. I can definitely see that. My grandma used to live in a place like that, but she was like extremely grumpy, so I don't know if she like had enough friends to kind of begin with to like have that kind of drama. Sounds harsh, but she like kind of hated people even though she needed people. You know what I mean? Anyway, she lives in a different place now. I think she's enjoying it there. I don't know how she gets along with her neighbors, but it's like high school cafeteria all over again. Not looking forward to that, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, so when you get the nylon strings, it's like definitely time for the skinny string knot. She kind of hated people. She was not a very cool lady. Like, I know it's like kind of rude to my grandma, but she wasn't very nice to like my mom. So I don't know, dude. I think also like, you know, if you grew up in like the 30s and 40s, like mental health care was not a thing. So I think I have some time. That is true. I don't have to experience the like old folks home cafeteria for some time. All right, nylon time. Oh, here we go. Oh, this one's gonna take a lot more to wind up. Okay. I can just feel it. It's so much stretchier. Oh. Wait, what the fuck did I just do? Sorry for swearing, but I just did something extremely stupid. So, I actually need to be putting on an F right now, but I grabbed an E string instead. And then I was looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't look right. Like, there should be a black string right here. And there's not. So now I've just used this E. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Okay. Well, that's not ideal. But I don't think this string is, like, ruined. It's just... I'll put it back in its envelope and hope for the best. It's already got a string knot. Like, wow, how efficient for next time. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, little E string. I think you can still be used another time, but I won't try to rely on you just in case. Is YouTube gonna put me in a timeout for swearing on my own stream? No. It won't. Because I'm the boss. Okay. Can you just go in, please? This is terrible. It's like, I don't want to go back to being a circle. But you have to. Still zero death, pro gamer. Hey, there we go. Future Sound is not going to thank me because I'm going to have to thread this string from behind. But it's okay. I forgive myself. Okay, so I need a first octave. F. Goodness me. Here we are. Okay, so this is a half. It's going to be tight, but I think I can get another use out of this string. Okay. Okay. All is not lost. Can you imagine if I just like didn't notice though and I was like going to play later and was like, wait, where's F? Okay, So sometimes when you have like the second half of a string, you have to be really careful it doesn't come out the other side. Still have some time to learn witchcraft, yeah. Pull out my rusty witchcraft skills. Oh yeah, my grandma that we were talking about, she like, my mom told us not to talk about like Harry Potter when we went to her house because she thought it was like witchcraft. We were like really into Harry Potter and we were like, oh man, this sucks. Like, gotta talk about Harry Potter. What else am I gonna talk about? Okay, yeah, this is gonna work. Alright, just enough string, okay. I hate doing these high nylon strings because you can hear it as the knot tightens. And like if something slips out of place. But I think we got this. Ooh. This was the F string that kept going out of tune on last Friday's stream. I feel like maybe I should have turned the peg in a few more turns, but whatever, it's too late now. Your mom is like that, Donald. Yeah. Caladrius, oh my gosh. What the E? I should have really turned this peg in farther. It's okay though. Your childhood friend used to have this Halloween festival at her church, and she'd invite you to, but you weren't allowed to dress up as anything demonic. But that's half the fun of Halloween. You get to practice your witchcraft. Oh my gosh, Donald. I'm sorry. Your sister Erica got sent to the principal's office for practicing witchcraft in elementary school? For playing Sailor Moon? You can get sent to the principal's office for practicing witchcraft? I get, maybe if you went to like a Christian school. I can't imagine that happening. Dress up as a Kirby final boss. Oh yeah, isn't there a Kirby game coming out soon? I have to admit, I was never really that into Kirby. Like, I liked him in Smash Bros. And I liked watching the cartoon, actually. But I never got into the games. Like, I remember trying to play Air Ride. Like, we rented it when, like, Blockbuster was still a thing. Rogers Video in Canada. We rented it and I was just like, I don't really get it. I don't know. Now Kirby is living rent-free in your brain. I think the only Kirby song I really know is like Green Greens. In French Canada was Videotron. At least Mario stopped ground pounding my cortex. Oh gosh. Sometimes, like, you know, we'll have like an inside joke like this on stream, and then I want to like make an Instagram post about it. But I'm like, most of the people that follow me on Instagram are like not this demographic of people who show up for stream usually. And I feel like people will just be so confused But maybe I should just do it anyway. Live my truth. Are not this weird? It's just like, I know some of y'all follow me. It's just like, I feel like there's a lot of, I don't know, just like my main age demographic on like YouTube is like 18 to 34, I think. But I feel like on like Instagram there's a lot of people older. And like people just don't get memes. Okay, maybe I should make like a test Instagram post later where I'm like, if you're a weirdo, like respond with a witchcraft emoji. I feel like the demographic is gonna age with me, so I'm like okay with that. It's gonna change over time for sure. Test meme. Yeah, I'll have to do a test meme. Hey Fairy Light, how's it going? Welcome back. I'm gonna tune this sharp a little bit. And then tune it back. Okay. In about 2 months, you'll be replacing the leading 2 in your age with a 3. There's been a few bots kind of like popping in and out, but I still have a little bit of time before I get the big 3. Okay, so G is next. I will use the correct string. Granny Samantha doing chill harp streams for her 60 to 80-year-old following. Why not, right? Assuming that the world, you know, still has the infrastructure for internet. I mean, what? Okay, G. Being in your 30s? Yeah, like, I'm not quite there yet, but, like, comparing my life now to my early 20s, it's, like, a lot better, honestly. Cecil, you got the 3 6 days ago. Well, happy belated birthday. Who says we ain't already 60-year-olds? Hey, maybe there are some here. And I mean, welcome. If so. Yeah, I feel like 20s is like, you're just freaking out about what to do with your life. Gotta get all your stuff together, and it's like, oh boy. All right. Get this G in here. Cecil. It's a hot take. It's a very hot take. Yeah. I feel like my stuff is together enough, but I'm like, I'd like it to be just a little bit more together. You know? Like, I spent so much of my early 20s just hustling, and I am tired. Alright. It's a ways off still. Can feel the knot slipping. There we go. This G doesn't sound very good right now, but I think it'll settle. 20s is like, how come I don't have an awesome career and mansion and also I'm a horrible person? Yeah. 30s is like, hey, I have a paycheck. Let's buy some socks. Nice. Hustling? Well, I mean, I just mean I was working really hard. Also, hi, table. Nice to see ya. So, like, when I got out of school, you know, I moved home and I was just like, I need to, like, do the rest of my life now. Oh my god. And then, I don't know, it was kind of just a difficult time because it was a huge transition. Like, I left, like, because I was living in Vancouver and I moved home to Winnipeg, and, you know, I had started thinking of as Vancouver is, like, home, basically. So I had to leave the city that I was, like, really enjoying living in. All of my closest friends, like, scattered to different cities. And then the friends that I had at home, like, I didn't have a car, and the transit situation is not, like, the most convenient, so I just didn't see my friends very often. And then, like, I used to, when I was in university, I was doing, like, long distance with Ragnar for, like, 4 years, and we would Skype every single night. And then I moved home, and it was, like, we would text every day, but we didn't, like, call every day. And so it actually felt like I saw him and talked to him less than when I was still in BC. And so, yeah, so I was kind of adjusting to living with my family again after being on my own was a process. So I was, like, kind of mildly depressed, and I was not very productive for a long time. But then all of a sudden, I was working part-time at, like, a chocolate shop, and then I was doing all sorts of, like, freelancing and, like, starting up my teaching studio, and I don't know what else. And then, like, the following year, I got a job working at a school, and it was about 25 hours a week or so. And so, like, that added, like, a commute into my day. I had to, like, I hate packing lunches. It's, like, my least favorite thing. I had to pack lunches. It's, like, the job itself was sometimes very stressful. I was, like, a teaching assistant. I wasn't, like, a teacher. And I was working in, like, the music department, but working in the band room was awesome. Working with the music, with the 5s and 6s was awful. Good Lord. It was so terrible. Like, I would spend, like, the 40-minute period just, like, trying to make sure no one hurt another person or destroyed a musical instrument. And it was, like, just screaming and pandemonium because the teacher was not doing a good job of managing the classroom. So on top of that, I was also, like, writing and, like, rehearsing an entire Christmas concert with a vocalist. Like, I wrote the entire show, like, all the arrangements pretty much. I was making my Christmas album. So I, like, recorded most of that in, like, the summer, but I was still doing, like, the production of the Christmas CD. At that time, I was teaching, like, after school. I was playing, I had a weekly brunch gig, so every Sunday I was playing for 4 hours at a restaurant. I still had, like, some wedding bookings. Like, I was doing YouTube. I had a couple of choir concerts that fall. I was volunteering at the Humane Society, which, like, at the time was kind of just, like, a nice, like, couple of hours every week where I just had to do nothing except pet cats, so that was all right. But man, like, I was working 7 days a week pretty much, like 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. pretty much. So yeah, I mean, I had breaks, but that's when I started really playing from lead sheets, because I was like, I need a lot of repertoire very fast. Oh, Cecil, I didn't know you're in Vancouver. That's very cool. I did work at a chocolate shop. I ate a lot of chocolate while I was there. Chocolate that I shouldn't have been eating, but when the manager wasn't there, it's like... Caladrius, I was so happy when I started my current job and we have a restaurant on site for food. No packing lunches. Yeah, packing lunches sucks, dude. I hate it. I love working from home. Because packing lunch is just the bane of my existence. But yeah, so like, that was kind of all in the span of about 3 or 4 months. And I really burned myself out. And then I kind of never recovered. So like the following school year, after that year, my dad had a brain tumor, and so like that was a whole thing. And then I also bought my current place that I live in, so that was a very busy summer. And then my dad's fine, by the way. He's all right. He walks with a cane, but he's doing good. And then the following year was like a bit less hectic at school because I was only doing the Sunday gig every other week, but I was still teaching and yeah, doing YouTube and whatever. And then after that school year, I decided to enter a big competition. And then that was like also a whole thing, a very difficult mental experience, emotional experience. It's a lot of work. And then after that, I went full-time, like self-employed, which was really good. During the time when I was working on the Octopath albums, though, I was still working 6 days a week. Like, I just, like, couldn't kick the habit. And then once the pandemic hit, that's when I was like, no, like 2-day weekends every weekend, pretty much. Like, there are exceptions, but I am quite fierce about defending my weekends now. Oh, Caladrius, I'm really sorry to hear that. It's hard. Did I win the competition? No. I got to the semi-final round. Okay, I feel like I should actually put on another string. Okay. We'll do the A string next. Is this empty? Yes. Throw that out. The good for you is in regards into keeping your weekends free. Yeah, it's important. I have much stricter boundaries around like when I answer emails and stuff like that as well. But yeah, no, as far as like brain tumors go, like it really kind of, I mean, I don't know about all kinds of brain tumors, but I think it really depends on like where it is and what kind of cancer it is. Because my dad had kidney cancer, which spread. And it was like right around the center of his brain that affected balance. So, you know, at this point, like his balance is never going to be exactly what it was. But like, you know, he's alive. And like can function. But the thing that happened really that was a problem with his was that like he got surgery fairly quickly, but after the surgery it was like there's a blood clot near the incision point, which basically is like a stroke. So he kind of like had a stroke afterwards, and so that was really the thing, which involved a lot of rehabilitation, which was scary for a while. But yeah, no, he's doing good now. He actually returned to work for a while. But yeah, semi-final, it's not bad. It's not bad. Like, I'm proud of what I did there. It's just like I really learned at the competition that like classical music at that really high level, I could do it. It's just that there's a price, and I'm not willing to pay it. So, yeah, aw, you guys. Just reading some of your experiences in the chat. D. Schultz. Yeah, we were just talking about. I was talking about it started with me talking about why I was hustling so much in my early 20s. And then I was talking about my dad who had surgery, and then we're all kind of, yeah, sharing. Yeah, it's like we all know someone that's touched by something like that, eh? It's hard. Like, I don't know, like a good 6 months after that experience, like, I would just cry at the drop of a hat. This is A. Woo! Okay. That one's not ready. The streams preparing for the competition? Yeah, before the competition, like, that's my first real experience with streaming. And I'm glad I did it. It's like a lot of, like, there's definitely a few of you in chat today who I got to know a lot better because of when I was streaming it on Twitch. My knot snapped. Oh, this is not gonna hold. I'm gonna have to redo this. Okay. My knot snapped. Ripping pepperonis. Okay, I'll have to redo this. Wait. No, that's the right one. Okay. Okay. My knot snapped. Wow. Do I still hate hats now? Was that a thing? I do not hate hats. I have at least a few hats that I own that I look good in. That was the first break today. I mean, like, it only broke right at the bottom, so I can still use it. It's just like... Well, if the string is bad, we'll find out momentarily, I guess. I just feel like I'm gonna find a bunch of, like, little string ends on the floor tomorrow. You cry at the drop of a hat. Okay, I didn't get the joke. I mean, for a long time, I thought I looked really bad in hats. So I thought maybe that's what you were talking about. But, okay. Let's try this again, little knot. You can do it, I believe in you. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune fail? Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. It's pretty funny. Another feather in your lap. Clearly this guy does not play enough Wordle, you know? Because then you start thinking about all the words you possibly know. Okay, I don't want to talk about Wordle on stream. Like, I hate talking about Wordle. I like to play Wordle. I hate talking about Wordle. I hate hearing people talk about Wordle. Like, except with my husband, he'll be like, what'd you get today? I don't know why, it's just pet peeve. Humor is the best remedy to hardship. Yeah, I think that's definitely very true. Come on, little knot. I believe in you. It's gonna pop. It's gonna pop. It didn't pop. We made it. Good job, little string. Good job, little string. I'm tuning to my lower A. I don't know if this A is in tune. Probably not. It's close. On a positive note, I've been discovering other artists who are in the chat on your live stream today. Yeah. Just to name a few, like Harp's Aboard and Guitar SVD have some fantastic channels. I don't know if I saw anyone else that does YouTube today. I guess Elizabeth was here. Just tune it up again. This one's slipping. Sometimes if a peg is slipping, you have to like twist it extra hard so it stays. Okay. But there's like the string stretching, then there's just the tuning peg not staying where I left it. Yeah, I don't think this knot is gonna pop now. Because the string doesn't need to stretch much more than this. So I think that's gonna be good. Okay, so that was A. And this one is empty, so we'll throw that out. Oh yeah, I have like I don't know why I have this. I have a gut first octave B that I'm like, should I use this? Like, well, I think I must have ordered this because I had no more first octave B strings, so like, because I always want to have a full set in case something breaks, like, and I need a new string right away. And I must have ordered a gut string, but I'm like, I don't really want to just like put on a single gut string that's surrounded by nylon. Like, I feel like that's not going to go well. Yeah, it's annoying when the pegs slip, hey? It's annoying. Also very cool that you play banjo. I think I'm going to just not use this once again. Just going to do that. At the 1.5 hour mark, I'm in my second crying session with the third tutorial running in the background. Oh, yeah, my legs are getting tired. I'm like, can I sit? No. I want to get this done today, because if I don't do it today, I have to do it later, so. Alright, B is next. We're almost there, though. I'm not going to do the top two strings, so after this, there's only 4 more strings we have to do. So we're almost there. Does gut have more friction? I think it'll just sound different. It might break sooner as well. Yelling at Sylvia Woods is a mood. Oh my goodness. Poor Sylvia. She's doing her best to help you out. Is that why you're streaming it, so we can guilt trip you into continuing? Yeah, pretty much. Well, if I wasn't streaming it, I'd probably put on like a podcast or something, but yeah, I'd be tempted to be like, I'm bored and tired. I'm gonna stop now. So, this way I can't just be like, let me take a 30-minute fan fiction break. I sometimes do that when I'm working. Honestly, sometimes I feel like it's a miracle I get anything done at all. But that's just kind of... Sometimes I think that's just kind of like lingering like pandemic brain that like I certainly still have, but we all just pretend like everything's fine now. The podcast won't guilt trip me into continuing. No, I don't usually listen to podcasts that guilt trip me. I'm sure they exist. They probably call themselves like motivational podcasts. They're like, do it. Just do it. Yeah, you know a fan fiction break where you take a break and read some fan fiction? You guys don't do that? Okay, little knot, you can do it. So the reason why I like my skinny string knot, where you do the half knot and then you like loop the tail like a few times, is like if one of the loops pops, the rest of the knot will still be okay. And like as you pull the string tighter, it shouldn't really dislodge the knot, which sometimes can happen with like the regular string knot. Well, if you have not engaged in reading fan fiction at all, I highly recommend it. Very enjoyable for me. I guess it's probably not for everyone, but... Okay, this one went well. Ugh, my hips are getting tired. I thought you imagined yourself being a fan fiction character that needed a break. No. Because at that point, you would just be a fictional character, right? Fan fiction to sleep and study, too. I take breaks where I try to buy perfume online and ultimately fail because that's the one thing you don't buy online. Interesting method. Okay, our first couple of strings are starting to stay in tune a little bit, so that's nice. This is a slippy peg. Fan fiction reading stream? Ooh, I don't know about that. Is it Harry Potter fan fiction? No. Are you talking about My Immortal? I don't read Harry Potter fan fiction. What I do read primarily is Fire Emblem, Three Houses fan fiction. Lately I've been really into like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney fan fiction. Those are kind of the biggest ones. For a while I was reading some like Haikyuu. That was pretty good. For a while, like when I started playing Octopath Traveler again, I was like, oh, I should look for some Octopath Traveler fan fiction. There's a few really good ones. Yep, still at it. Almost, we're getting there. But that's why I like to change strings on stream, because it keeps me company during the long process. Demonic fan fiction. I imagine that Sonic fan fiction probably has a lot of like very young kids and like tweens writing stuff, which makes it ripe for like content. But oh, I read a lot of like Miraculous Ladybug fan fiction. So something I like never talk about online, I'm really into Miraculous Ladybug. Like, it's so good. It's a children's show, but it's just amazing, and I'm really into it. And they're so slow putting out new seasons that there's so much room for fan fiction in that show. My favorite ship in Fire Emblem Three Houses? Well, I am a multi-shipper, so, like, I can appreciate a lot of different ships. So, there's that. But my favorite... I am really into Felix and Bernadetta. I used to be, like, Ferdinand and Bernadetta all the way, but Felix is really good. Felix is great. I honestly, like, most most pairings with Felix I think are really good because Felix is just a really interesting character. So like Sylvix is also very good. Yeah. So one that surprised me was Hubert and Bernadetta. Surprisingly very sweet. How do you only pick one ship? You can't. Not in a game like Three Houses anyway. It's ridiculous. Donald, your kids love Miraculous Ladybug. Well, clearly they have excellent taste. So. The only ship I like sank years ago. The Titanic. Sad. Harp support. Your fanfiction was a predictor of Kingdom Hearts. Nice. Yeah. So that's probably most of the fic that I read. Sometimes, you know, if I get really into a particular series and I'm like, I'm not done with this yet, then I'm like, fan fiction. I tried to read Gilmore Girls fan fiction because, like, I had a rewatch maybe about a year ago. And, you know, I stopped at a certain point because it gets really terrible. And I was like, maybe there is a fan fiction that will give me the ending that I wanted. But honestly, reading fan fiction for, like, a live-action show, really a lot weirder for me than reading fan fiction for an animated, like, show or game. Maybe it's because Gilmore Girls has such a particular, like, tone to the writing. I don't know. Okay. So, I did B. Time for C. Notice my tuning key has been elongated on one side. It is definitely a lot more ergonomic. So I actually own two of these. One of them lives in my gig bag because I forgot it too many times on gigs. Okay. Ugh, I'm getting hungry. But I only have 3 more strings. Okay. I'll put an actual C and not a B or something. Okay. There we go. Bilbo's asleep, but sometimes when I need to change longer strings, like the end of the string will waggle around as I'm like working with it. He loves to play with them. Yeah, I bought like a pink tuning key. It's like kind of a pinky purple. Because one time I went to Brazil and I played in like their festival. And I left my tuning key there. And I asked them if they found it. And they had one, but they were like, no, this is ours. But I'm pretty sure it was mine. But it was black and I didn't have my name on it, so I didn't know. So I was like, well, if I'm ever in that situation again, I'll bring my pink one and I will know this one is mine. Okay. But yeah, no, if you're a gigging harpist, I strongly recommend just having a tuning key that just lives in your bag, because then you can't forget it. Oh, a bunch of snow just fell off the roof, I think. Or maybe it was an icicle that fell off. Either way, it's kind of loud. Me and the cat both like, whoa. Okay. Fresh strings up here, honestly. Like earlier we were like, do they really sound that different? And like, They do. If you haven't changed your top 2 octaves in a while, I recommend it. Jump scare weather. Yeah. Sitting on the tuning keys, regular occurrence. Yeah, write your name on your tuning key. Yeah. If there's going to be a lot of people around, it's a good idea. People here shove snow into your window so it wakes you up. That's annoying. Yeah, I think it might have been, because like it's kind of a bit warmer today. It's above freezing. It's going to be above freezing this week, and I'm like, yes, finally. It's been so cold. So it could be because like my eaves, I don't know, they always leak, so there's like a big icicle, so it could be that that melted and fell down, but I don't know, something about this sounds wrong, but it kind of doesn't matter right now, so we'll snip that. Oops. Dropped my string ends. Will it take 2 weeks before your new strings are holding a tune? Maybe, I don't know, like I think a week. If I tune it every day and I kind of keep stretching them, I think it will be, I think a week. Because like if you don't stretch them like this, you like kind of just push on them, they take a lot longer. To settle, but okay, 2 strings to go. Oops, I'm doing the wrong string. Oh no. That's what I get for trying to read chat. Okay, this time I've got the de-yoking. Spring is nice, but it becomes a lot of brown mush. It sure does. Actually, I have a huge problem right now because my car, the windshield wiper fluid on the front, the sprayer isn't working. I can get it out the back window, but not off the front window, which makes it very dangerous to drive. So I need to get that fixed. Wow, your rain had sand from the Sahara. That's really interesting. Like everything here is dirty, but it's because we put sand on the roads to keep them like not too slippery. Wait, no, I already did C. Did I have 2 C's? I must have. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I don't have a D string, so I need one of my new ones. Okay. Got it. Keep dropping things. Oh, I'm so hungry, you guys. It really dirties up the cards. That's so interesting. I'd never heard of that. Yeah, here it's just dirty because of all the dirt that we put on the road. And so it just gets splashed up. Like usually your car in spring will be very dirty. I remember like the first time I went to Vancouver when I was auditioning for university, like I went there in like March and I was like, the cars are so clean and shiny. It's because, you know, they don't have to put sand down, and it rains all the time, so. That is so interesting. Desert dust in the rain. Huh. You learn something new every day. Okay, I need to get these strings done so I can go eat. I guess, I don't know if it's too late for a snack or if it's too early for dinner. I'm probably gonna eat a snack, let's be real. Okay. Last year the dust happened while we had a snow. Ooh. Sounds like it wouldn't go away very quickly then. When you shoveled the snow away is pure white under. That sounds kind of cool though. I don't know if I left enough tail on this knot. Ooh, this is a bit risky, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, I put the knot on the wrong end of the string. So now I get to try some witchcraft. Let's go. Okay. Oh, I see it. I see it. Now what can I get my hand in? Oh, I'm a master. Here we go. Come on. First try, every time, easy. Excellent. Gonna get burned at the stake for being a Harry Potter character? Nah. Yeah, sometimes we eat dinner at like 5 o'clock, but sometimes we don't, and I don't know. Turns out I had pretty good witchcraft skills all along. Ooh, yeah, that knot's not gonna hold. I'm gonna try it anyway though. No, you know what? I'm not. It's stupid. After all of my witchcraft, my knot is not good enough, so I have to do this again. Okay. Well. Okay. The name of the knot I use? No, like I don't even remember where I learned this from. I think one of my friends at school taught me this. So, like for most of the strings on the harp, I'll use like kind of just like the regular harp string knot. It doesn't really have a name. It's just like you have the 2 bunny ears and you put one in the other kind of thing. But this one, I just call it my skinny string knot because it's only for skinny strings. The strings that are too slippery. So you do a half knot. I wish I could show it up close by the camera, but like it won't reach. And I don't feel like doing additional witchcraft. So you do a half knot and you just tie that around like you would, like when you're tying your shoes, like that's the first knot. You just tie that around, pull it tight, and then you just kind of loop the tail kind of back on itself and slip that over the string end. Then I try to do that at least twice, 3 times is nice. And I find that stops the knot from popping out. Because it really, for a long time, like the first time I restrung my first pedal harp, like these strings at the top, if you do the normal knot, like I find that as you tighten the string, the knot will just pop out and it doesn't hold. And then you can't bring your string up to tension, right? So this one I have gotten good mileage out of. Speaking of witchcraft, the camera's still holding up. That is true, actually. I switched to 1080p, and I think that was the issue, was it just didn't like the 4K. Okay, I've heard a snap. We're gonna make it. Oh, get out of here. Almost there. Broom guy, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for coming. Don't jinx it, I was thinking that too. Are there different knots for different strings? So, kind of. So there's like... Okay. I have a little bit of string that maybe... I'm going to try to use this button. I don't know if this is going to work. Will this... Yeah, okay. So I think after I hit that button, I can show you the string knot. So, the usual knot, turns out I figured that out pretty quickly. So I'm going to use this little bit of string. I'll show you. So the usual string knot, you have like your string, you make one bunny ear, you have a second bunny ear, you put one in, the second one inside the first one, you pull the first one tight, and then you have a string end or like some kind of anchor, and then it's gonna go kind of like, there's like a little space between the loops that I am not gonna be able to effectively show you guys. And then you pull that tight, and then you have something that looks like this. And you put that in your harp, and then like this will get pulled tight as you tighten the string. And so that's kind of like the standard knot. And I find that like with a really thick string, so if you're into like your 4th and 5th octave gut strings, they're so thick you actually don't need a string end. Like you can't even fit it in because the string is already very thick and very like it doesn't bend really very well. So it's hard to do those knots. And then kind of like as you go kind of the middle of the harp, you can do this knot with a string end. But then as you get up to the really skinny strings, I just find that like as you pull on this string, sometimes this knot will just slip out. So what I like to do instead, I'll show you this. The camera, I know. It's pretty poggy. Hang out with my husband too much. Well, that's not true. I should hang out with my husband a lot, but he watches a lot of Twitch, and it rubs off on me. Okay, I'm gonna like undo this knot in here so I can show you the other one. I just check if the string that broke had an anchor in it to determine if putting an anchor in there or not. That's true, that's fair. So, for my skinny string knot, so what I start with is just like tie a normal half knot. So you just make a loop and put the end inside. And you've just got like, you know, a little knot there. Put the string end in, tighten it, and then I'll take the loose end, like the short end that's not going to go into the rest of the harp, and like loop it back on itself, slip that over, and do that a few times. So then I could do that again if I wanted to, and then it kind of looks like this. It's a bit ugly. But what I find is that as you tighten the string, like this is very solid. And so like sometimes like if you only have like one loop on here, it may slip off the end of the string end. But if you have like a couple of loops, even if one pops off, like your knot is probably going to be okay. But yeah, if you have a bass wire, they come with an anchor already on them, so you don't have to tie a knot, because that would be kind of insane. But yeah, thanks camera for being so clear for us. Okay, I should get rid of my string tail after complaining about people who leave. So yeah, sometimes people will just like change a string and then just like leave this bit like hanging, and it's like, don't. Just don't. Okay, save the extra bit. Just from here. Okay. And one more string. Last string. Clap for the camera. I don't remember seeing that for Sylvia Woods, but because I definitely have watched her string tutorials as well. Because it took me a while to figure out, like, because on lever harp, you have to, like, wrap the end underneath, and that, like, really threw me for a loop for a little time. Okay, E, let's go. Let's go. Let's get this in here a little bit tighter. Okay. I know. Look at me using my music stand for the purpose that I brought it over for. Okay. First octave, E. Oh, this is actually the one that I tied a string in earlier, or I tied a knot in earlier. So I can actually use it now, hopefully. Okay, time to do a little more witchcraft. Here we go. This one's gonna be harder than the last one, but, oh gosh. Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit harder. Isn't this entertaining, like watching? Goodness. I'm a content genius. God, I hate this so much. Oh, I got it. I got it. I was just doing that blindly. I was like, please come through. Oh, whew, wow. Amazing. A miracle. Content genius. Yep. Okay. We got him, folks. We got him. Is this peg a little too tight now? It's probably fine. It's probably fine. That's how you know you're not slipped, is like if it was getting higher and then suddenly it's very low. So my knot, you know, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's okay. It's all right. After all of my witchcraft, I will make a new knot. It's fine. Just unwind this a little bit. Add content genius to your business card. Oh, I can't do that, you guys. I'm not really a genius. Oh gosh. Apparently there are 18 of us here, so actually I'm really glad that y'all are here. I know we had like kind of close to 30 for a while. I was like, wow. I was just like, I hope someone shows up to hang out with me because I don't want to just like hang out by myself while doing this. So thanks for being here. What is this? Is this just a... No, okay, it's just a scrap. Okay. Okay, so a new knot. You had me fooled. Okay, it's showing different numbers to different people. Interesting. I'm still bluffing my way through my actual job and putting my job title on my business card. Can add content genius. Hope your dinner after this is tasty. Yeah, we'll see what Ragnar's gonna make me for dinner today. I hate cooking, so he usually does dinner on weekdays. Oh my... You guys! I did it again! I tied the knot first! No! Oh, okay. Alright, one more time. Why have I done this to myself? Come on. Oh, I can see it. Ugh. Damn it. Okay. I'm running low on mana, you guys. Need to refuel. Need a potion. You can see me a little bit. I feel like this is probably not a flattering angle, but... please. I need a win here. This is why... Oh my god, I dropped the string. No! I just dropped the string inside the soundboard. Come on. Get out of there. This is not ideal situation. Boy. We were doing really good. We were doing so good. I need the power of friendship to get me through. Oh man, okay. Did this fall underneath my harp? Like, I don't see it, but... Ah, this is terrible. Where did my string go? It's just gone. Oh boy. Okay, I need to like move my harp and see if it's on the floor. Well, there's some of the strands I lost earlier. I don't see the string. Oh no. Oh no. How did this happen? Oh my gosh. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, I like kind of stepped on it, but it's actually not inside the harp. It's right here. Content. Okay. Alright, back we go. There was never a string in the first place. Okay, I'm not gonna drop it this time, I swear. I swear. This is the worst. Like, so sometimes stringing from the back, if you can actually reach the hole from like one of the back things, like, it's not that bad. But this one is like too high and more snow is falling. I should probably check on that at some point. Okay, it's right there. Come on. And the string's not pointing the right way. This won't go in. Come on, string. Come on. We've got it. Oh, witchcraft. One more time today, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. So. There we are. Last string of the day. An exciting one. There's the action-packed stream we were promised. I think Bilbo has been woken up by the falling snow. What's going on here? It's weird. Okay. Now is the knot gonna hold? That's the next question. I think it's gonna hold this time. Yeah. This one's gonna take a while to settle. It like feels kind of loose, but I guess it's fine. Okay, let me tune this up a little bit more again. I found my reason to fly again. It was on the floor. If only like it was that easy for everything. It's like I've lost all of my inspiration. Oh, it was just on the floor. Oh, my hips are tired. I feel like that like really demonstrates my level of fitness right now, because like just standing for 2 hours, I'm like, my hips hurt. Or maybe that just means I'm getting old, I don't know. Oh, these strings sound really nice. Oh gosh, please no bloodshed on stream. I don't know how to get blood off of a harp. How do you get blood off a harp? Asking for a friend. Jones, have a great day. Thanks for coming. Getting blood on strings would be so inconvenient. Every note would look like C. I think you have bigger problems at that point. I guess what bodies really want is they want to move instead of standing or sitting in the same place. Yeah, my hips get really sore after sitting for a long time as well. Time to fully settle, but I haven't trimmed this top string yet. Oops. Like if you've dried blood on your string, like when it's like get all crusty. I'm finding this line of conversation like rather disturbing. Like seriously, why do you have that much blood on your harp? I think you've got, like I said, I think you've got bigger problems at that point. What if there was, like, though, a mystery murder, like a murder mystery? A mystery murder? Anyway. What if there's a murder mystery that you had to solve, and it was, like, there's a murder around the harp, and, like, but the harp is clean. But then you find out that the person changed all their strings recently. It's like, what if they were all covered in blood? I've been playing too much Phoenix Wright, as you can tell. No further comments without my lawyer. Okay, you guys. That's all the strings I need to change today. Still need to do a little bit of housekeeping, just like cleaning up all the garbage and putting all of the information to my spreadsheet, putting the date on all of my new strings, but yeah. Sounds like a Phoenix Wright plot point for sure. Yeah, some of them are extremely silly, but that's kind of just how that game rolls. Surely it's more likely the harp was moved after the murder. That too, probably. Okay. Alright. Okay. I think that's gonna be pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for keeping me company while I changed the strings. It would have been much lonelier and more boring without you, so I really appreciate it. You know, thanks also to, as always, to all the members and all the patrons, because, you know, like I said, like this 2 octaves of string was about $115 after tax, so you know, that's where your money goes, so I really appreciate it. And we got some content out of it as well, so yeah. That'll be it for today. I will go eat some food. And we'll see you all on Friday. So, quick reminder that, like, I think in Europe the time zones are not what they normally are because of daylight savings. I think y'all are doing it later. So I don't really know what's up with that, but maybe just double check your time zones for Friday's stream. We'll see you then at 11 a.m. Central Time for some tunes, and we'll see how well these guys are holding up at that time. Time zones in EU shift the last weekend of March. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be an hour later than normal? I don't know. Don't take me on my word for that. Don't take me on my word for that. Okay, alright, that will be it. Let me get my ending screen. Oh wow, so professional. Incredible. Okay. Have yourselves a good rest of the day, and I'll see you on Friday.